she's here. Take the shot right now. She is the best. Yes, Nkeki Obi-Melekwe, her performance as Tina Turner in the hit Broadway show Tina is off the charts. 25 songs. Is that the number every night you do?
I can't
on stage?
count.
You can't keep count.
I'd be too scared to count.
You do all the iconic moves. We were just talking about how you shine as the Queen of Rock, sure, but physically what this takes day in, day out. How do you keep up physically with doing so many shows a week?
I mean, look at her biceps.
Your sister.
Thank you.
It's incredible.
You know, it really has to start, and what Tina's taught me is it really has to start with like your insides, your mental, as opposed to like starting with your physical and what you aesthetically, what you want to look like. It's really about how you center yourself, how you get yourself ready on a mental level to do what you're about to do.
And that's not something you had necessarily, look, you studied, you're a performer, you got this gig, but is that really not something you focused on before Tina Turner herself got you into? Wow.
No, you know, I mean, this was my like first job out of college, and so I was very much still in my like, college mindset of
my first job out of college sucks. Oh my God. This was your first gig. You got it, what was it, 3 months after?
Something like that, a couple months, in November after graduating.
So to the point about coming from within, that energy, when you met Tina Turner, we heard she didn't give you advice, but you got some really impactful spiritual lesson from her. What was that?
And it was essentially, I'd learned all the material, you know. In school, what they teach you is how to, you know how to sing the songs, you know how to act the songs, you know how to like learn the material in a way that you can do the thing. But to actually embody her, to get her energy, her being, her vibrations. I'm so glad that I actually got to be with her and be in person with her, because you can't really pick that up from reading her books or just like watching her performances. Like her spirit, her energy, it's on another level.
Well, you're on another level.
Thank you.
I mean,
you call it spiritual and energy, but what were some of the actual, or maybe even that might be one thing, like a particular mannerism or move that was trickiest for you to pull off of her? Because she has a little way of floating and moving that you can't quite get down.
You know, but it makes sense, because when you actually study the choreography that she does, the moves that the dancing that she does, you understand why her body moves that way when she isn't performing necessarily. You know, like she has like little head ticks, and like a lot of her moves come from her back. So she like has her arms at like a 90-degree angle for most of the show, because this is how you really can ground yourself and really like get centered.
Do you have a favorite song? I have to ask.
Yes. In the show or outside of the show?
In the show.
Simply the best.
I love that one.
Definitely.
But outside the show, what do you have a different favorite?
Yeah.
Typical male.
That's so funny.
Wow.
It's so good. It's I wish they put it in the show.
Oh.
It's not too late. It's going out on tour. You can always change the show.
You know, River, and to that point, River Deep, Mountain High is I love that because of the way she belts it out. But this was a moment in the show that you had, I believe I have this right, you were kind of in the studio by yourself, and you wailed this song out. Have you, look, you clearly had talent before you got the gig. But how have you now developed as a performer in a way? You seem like you could be a solo artist. I say easy, but you know what I'm saying? But what is next for you?
Thank you. I mean, I've been getting that a lot, especially recently, and it's not something that I ever really considered before. I'd always seen myself as an actor, you know. But the idea that that being with an audience and like interacting and getting energy from the audience is like so, like it does something for me that's on a different level. So maybe a little
go in for the
something.
follow-up. I think there's something.
We'll see.
To your point, you do own the audience, so you interact plenty with people up and here and there, and feeding off of it. And just this last thing, you shared your first check you ever got for this show. You shared with your it's just a sweet story. Your family.
Yes, my family is Nigerian. My parents are Nigerian immigrants that came to America in the early 90s, and they've always instilled in me that they were the ones that really got me to where I was. All of their support, my nuclear family as well as my family back in Nigeria, they've always been there to cheer me on. So it's only logical. It only makes sense to me to share what I can with them.
We will continue to cheer you on as well. Everybody, this is Nkeki. You need to know her. But the Tina Turner musical is playing now through August 14th on Broadway before launching a national tour this fall. It is such a pleasure and honor to have seen your show, but have you here in studio. Thank you so much.
Well, hey there, GMA fans. Robin Roberts here. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Lots of great stuff here. So go on, click the subscribe button right over here to get more of awesome videos and content from GMA every day, anytime. We thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the morning on GMA.